What's up guys, Duke back here from sportsgamers.com, and in today's Madden 20 tip, I'm back with part 2 of the best passing offense in Madden 20, and in this video, I want to break down how you can attack all the heavy blitzers on defense in Madden 20. And we're going to go over how to beat any blitz out there, whether it's a 3-4 blitz, big dime blitz, just any type of blitz, man, zone, cover 2, cover 4, cover 3, just anything. We're going to show you how to completely kill it. So again, we're in the Oakland playbook. Looking at this gun, tight slots, HB weak. This gun, tight slots, HB weak is a killer formation. And I'm going to show you guys, before we get into the play, how you can actually get the 4 receivers in the formation if you don't already know. So the way we do this is we use the strong slots package. You can see it actually puts receivers in the game at tight end. Now, it will put your tight end as the outside receiver on the right. And honestly, for the 49ers, I don't mind this because, Kittle is really, really good. He's probably better than any fourth receiver they have. But say you play Mutt or whatever, you're using a team of 4 great receivers. At this point, you can just go to the formation subs and just sub out your tight end for a receiver, and he'll be out of the formation. But I'm gonna keep him in because I do like Kittle. Now, also want to go over the audibles I have. Basically, I keep the stick switch, the inside zone, the 4 verts, and then I put the mesh spot play in my audibles. Those are the audibles I prefer to use with this formation. So again, we're in gun, slot, tight slots, HB weak. Now the play we're going to look at in here, like I really like to use to beat the blitz, is the 4 verticals. And I actually like to run this flipped when they're blitzing me, and I'll explain why in a second. Before we get too much further into the video, I do want to remind you guys to please hit that subscribe button in the corner of the video to subscribe to the channel and turn your notifications on. That way you won't miss out when any of our videos go live. We upload videos pretty much every day of the week, from Madden tips, Madden gameplay, to Madden 21 news. And once Madden 21 comes out, we will be dropping tons of Madden 21 tips and gameplays. And the support on the channel to allow the channel to grow has been great. I really appreciate it, guys. If you could smash that like button as well, get us 200 likes, we'll drop part 3 of this scheme. Alright guys, so let's talk about how to beat the blitz now. So we're going to start with the 3-4 odd, cover 2, 7-man blitz. Now, you can block the blitz a few different ways from this formation, but generally speaking, what I like to do against the 3-4 blitzes from this formation, especially the 3-4 odd, is first of all max protect. This formation has a really good max protect to the tight end and running back opposite. Then what I like to do on this one is I slide protect basically to the same side of the running back, which is different than I normally do it, but we're going to slide protect to the right. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to ID this rusher over here on the left. What this is going to do is, because we slide protect to the right, the O-line will pick up the free rusher coming on the right, and then it'll make the running back go across the formation to pick up anyone coming free from the left. So this is going to do a good job against all those 3-4 blitzes out there, especially odd, but even, bare, whatever. Now what we're going to do past that is the left receiver, we're going to put him on a hitch, and Kittle, the right receiver, we're going to put on a post. Now you can do this a few different ways. You're either going to need a hot route master or a quarterback, which is what I like to do because I play a lot of Mutt, and you can get the golden ticket quarterbacks really easy, and you can put hot route master, escape artist, dash and dead, whatever you want on them. They have 4 abilities. And with hot route master, you can hot route any player, not just that one guy. Now, if you don't play Mutt, you don't have a hot route master quarterback, still do it. What you're going to need to do, though, is you're going to need to have some sort of slot apprentice, route apprentice, whatever, to get the extra hot routes. Like you see Kittle here, he is route apprentice, so it works just fine. Now, another reason why I said I like this flipped is we want to send this guy out of motion, and if you don't have it flipped, the motion doesn't really work the same. I like to motion the wheel route out just like this and snap the ball while he's in motion. So as you guys can see, that blitz gets blocked really easy, and my first read is going to be that post-hitch combo. If they're blitzing me heavily like this, both of those routes are going to get open no matter if it's zone or man. The post and the hitch you can use to beat man. The post just gets open. The hitch you can low ball against man. And against zone, with a heavy blitz like this, you're always going to have one of the 2 open because the hitch will sit down underneath both flat zones, like you see here. This cloud just sits down wide open, and deep zones obviously will be open too. And then the same thing with this guy. He's going to get open over the middle of the field, so they're going to have to choose who they take away if they're using. So like here, you guys can see though, the blitz is blocked perfectly as far as that goes. You can see again, blitz gets blocked on the right by the O-lineman, and then a running back comes across the formation to pick up the blitz very easily, and now we have plenty of easy reads. Now, the last thing I want to note is if you have time, now you need time for this, but if you do, especially if you have an escape artist to get outside the pocket and don't have to sit in the pocket. This wheel route, if they're in cover 2, will eventually run right by him for a big gain. Okay, guys, now I want to switch to a man-to-man blitz. So man-to-man blitz, we're going to go ahead and blitz 7, try to screen. We're going to see that even against man-to-man, this still works. So we're going to still max protect. We're going to slide to the same side of the running back, which is to the right, and then we're going to ID the rusher opposite the running back on the left. All right, we're going to do the hitch post combo again, and we're going to motion this wheel out. So you guys can see Ramsey's lit up, but still, you can throw that post right in front of his face, click on wide catch. And that's Kittle, a tight end. Imagine a really good receiver there. So that's even going to beat man. Now, this motion wheel route, it can beat man, as you guys can see. It doesn't always, but it's definitely a possibility to beat man. But it's more so, honestly, if you catch them in cover 2, blitzing you heavily, and you can roll out and have the time to throw that, that's when it's really effective. But also, you basically have the hitch too, and you might think, well, that's manned up. How could I throw it? If you guys take a look here, and I preached this for quite a while on this channel, if you throw a hitch that's manned up and just low ball it, it's going to be a completion every time. Now, again, you might not get huge yardage out of it, but you should be able to at least get a little 5-6 yard gain just like that, quick and easy, right? So a hitch is going to keep them is really key from keeping them blitzing you so crazy. Because again, if we go back to zone, and this time we'll tweak it out and turn it into a cover 4, you're going to see the same thing. You can still throw that really easily, whether it's zone, man, whatever. And I know it's the hitch is kind of the least sexy route on the play, but, it's something that's going to make them have to respect it each and every time. So if they keep trying to manly guard the post, we can kill them with that little hitch and get our 5, 6, 7, 8 yards minimum. Now keep in mind, if you have a good fast receiver there and they're blitzing 7 at you, there's really only a few guys in coverage, right? Probably 1 or 2 guys on that side of the field anyways that you would have to beat. So if you can beat 1 or 2 guys off the hitch, you might get a touchdown, right? Make them miss. So that's how I look to attack the 3-4. Now, honestly, every blitz I look to attack, I pretty much attack the same, but I do want to go over the way, just show you how it looks actually on the field so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So we're going to go again. It's 4 verticals and we flip it. We need to flip it to get that motion to work right. So as I said, this is a pretty common thing people will do. They're going to try to blitz you crazy. They're going to take up guys, hover in the gap, and they're going to try to just mug the box and just get crazy. Now, most people will tweak the zone out. So if they do something like this, they're probably going to, be a little bit less aggressive. They're kind of just going to try to sit over the middle field with their user, probably, is what you'll see a lot of people do. Something similar to this. Maybe not exactly the same, but you'll definitely see people get really aggressive just relying on getting that pressure. Now, you can block this blitz a little bit differently. So what I tend to do against the big dime is I actually slide away from the running back, which is more commonly what I like to do. And I'll pretty much go, let's see here, I'll go with the max protect, so slide protect to the left, and then I'll ID the rusher on the same side of the screen of the running back, which is to the right. So I like to pick a big dime with the corners that are blitzing a little bit different. The reason for that is sometimes out of those 3-4 blitzes, the outside linebackers kind of just get that glitchy animation where they just slide through the blocker if you do it this way, but that will not happen with these DB blitzes, so we can block it this way. So still though, same route combo with the hitch and the post and this guy motioned. So you guys can see if they're in off coverage like this, you can actually throw that a quick dot just like that. You can throw this, the verticals wheel route out of gun bunch pretty much gets a quick pass and accurate every single time. But this, you can throw it pretty fast, as you guys can see here. You can't just snap throw it, but once it starts to cut up field, you can throw this pretty easily and consistently if you see off coverage and make them play a cover 2 over there. Which if they do play a cover 2 over there, it will eventually run right by that guy anyways, so that's what's nice about that. But you guys can see here again, if we go ahead and tweak this coverage out, try to change it up, you guys are going to notice that if they ever don't have a flat zone over there, it's pretty much money in the bank. So we're going to go ahead again with the max protect post hitch, then we slide protect away from the running back, and then we ID this slot corner, that's the blitzer. We motion this guy out, and if we see, that's our first read, honestly. If we see off coverage, we're just going to throw that just like that. You guys can see again, accurate throw. Just have to wait for him to start to cut upfield. You can't just snap it and throw it immediately. You do need to wait for him to cut upfield, but if you do that, you will see that it's open. Now, guys, imagine that they see you keep doing that, so now they keep their little flat zone and over on that side of the screen because they noticed that, and then they just basically they try to do something like this where they're going to come down in the box and just try to play your routes over the middle field. Well, that's fine because, again, you cannot guard the hitch and the post, both of them at the same time with one player. And, again, remember, if they're going to play with the flat zones on the outside, if you have the time when you motion this route, you can definitely 100% throw that behind the cloud flat once it gets open. So we're going to actually try to do that here. Now, again, guys, keep in mind this does take a little bit of time to develop as Aaron Donald did not let us. But you guys can see that on that replay that if it does get the time in the pocket and it doesn't collapse, which, I mean, going up against Aaron Donald, not the easiest thing to do. But look, right about here, once it starts to run past him, we get that time in the pocket as I'm trying to throw it, but Aaron Donald's already sacking me. That's gonna be a huge play, if not a touchdown. And the thing is, a lot of times when people do these defenses, they play like combo coverages like this, where they might have a flat zone on the outside, but then the safety play in the middle. So like the safety's never gonna be able to get over there. And honestly, even if they keep him in cover two, if you roll out and throw that at the right time, you can still throw it even against a cover two with the safety in a deep half. But again, you don't have to wait for that to get open. If you see the pocket collapsing and you just don't have the time, so the same exact thing, by the way. If they're gonna keep that flat zone over there, so you can't just throw the little quick dot, right? So now we see that we can't throw the quick dot. Now we have to look to the middle of the field again. We'll block the same way: max protect, slide protect, away from the running back. ID the blitzer over here. Do my post hitch. So this time we can't throw that quick route because there's a flat zone. So now we just have to make our read. Do they guard the post or do they guard the hitch? So that time was more so over by the hitch. We threw the post. Now imagine that. Let's put them over here this time and try to take this away. Try to take it away by putting him on a man coverage. Now, honestly, guys, again, remember, this still beats man-to-man, so it's probably still going to get open. But let's just pretend for a second that it doesn't get open. Let's act like that's the user and he actually does cover him, right? So if that's the user and he actually does cover him, again, at that point, you can just throw this hitch all day long, whether it's a flat or a deep zone or man coverage. As long as they're not using it, if you lowball it, that's free yardage. And again, guys, you can see what I'm talking about. It's pretty much a guaranteed 5, 6, 7 yards, but I mean, you turn this upfield here, and if I was to just get out there a little bit quicker, I might have could have scored. But still, at that point, I did pick up some good yardage. So, we're definitely happy with that. We can't complain. So this play does a really good job of beating the blitz, man. It's a great blitz beater. I mean, and you might say, well, what if they just blitz you not 7, but maybe they just blitz like 4 or 5 guys, like this cover 2 sink, right? Still is going to work with the exact same way I've been running it. So here we'll take a look. This is the way a lot of people want to do it. Let's go ahead. So you guys can see a lot of people just man the running back up. Again, I can do the protection exactly the same. Exactly the same. Slide away, ID this rusher over here off the max protect. And, the same exact routes. And this is still going to work. You guys can see what I'm talking about. That post, even if the mid-read tries to match it, will eventually get open. If they go user it themselves, then we're just going to throw the hitch. And again, guys, I promise you, this is not always. You're not always going to have enough time for this guy to get open. But if you do at the time, you can throw this dot right on the sideline like this. That will be there too. Now, again, to throw these types of passes, you're going to need a quarterback with high throw power. And you're going to need a quarterback that does not have a crazy wind-up animation. Some quarterbacks on this game, their wind-ups are just really, really drastic, and those types of quarterbacks you want to stay away from. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tip. Smash that like button if you liked it, and we'll be back with part 3 of the best passing scheme in Madden 20. Give me 200 likes.